Because what it takes to reach greatness, or to double your revenue, or double your deals, or whatever that may be, what it takes is such a high level of commitment that most people will break under it because they don't want to or are unwilling to make the sacrifices needed to stay committed. Yo, welcome back to the Science of Flipping podcast. I am your host, Justin Colby, and as always, our main number one sponsor, you guessed it, minutepages.com. If you are a real estate investor or an agent and you need a professional website to build credibility, influence, and authority online, and you don't have one, or maybe you have a bad one, make sure to go to minutepages.com for your website for $97 a month. Again, minutepages.com. All right, guys, this episode will change your business forever. So make sure you listen all the way through. This is going to be maybe one of the most impactful episodes that I put out all year. You do not want to miss this. So first and foremost, if you haven't yet, go to justincolby.tv and make sure you subscribe. These videos are recorded, so all my guests, you can actually see and meet them and understand who they are. Go to justincolby.tv. All right. So I just had an incredible coaching call with one of my students who I absolutely adore. She's incredible. She's very successful in her own right, but she's just not where she wants to go. In our hour-long coaching call, I'm going to condense into a very short episode here for you guys. She's actively doing deals. She has been for 10 years. She makes hundreds of thousands of dollars, but she wants to make more. So what I'd had her do is what I'm going to tell you to do. This is why it is going to be so impactful. She has paid me a lot of money to be a student of mine, and you're going to get this knowledge right here on this episode for free. First, figure out what you're doing all day long. Well, let me take a step back. There's 5 major pillars I believe in this business. This is what you're going to want to write down. First, you have to decide what you want. Second, you have to be committed to that decision. Third, you have to take massive action. Fourth, you have to be ready, willing, and able to be completely uncomfortable. And 5, you have to completely remove your time expectation on when that happens, when the result happens, okay? So those are your 5. That is the first premise. So then, now the next thing you need to understand is what are the decisions you're making and the actions you're making that can coincide with the commitment you have. So the best way to look at that is every 15 to 20 minutes in your day, I want you to write down what you're actively doing. Every 15 to 20 minutes. I want you to do that for an entire week, okay? I want you to do that for an entire week, and you will start to realize yourself what bullshit you are doing each and every day. And the key to that practice or exercise is going to realize where can I replace and what can I replace to start driving home revenue-generating activities. Maybe that is working with Privy and making offers with realtors. Maybe that is cold calling. Maybe that is text messaging. Maybe that is finding more wholesale deals or co-wholesale deals. Maybe that is door knocking. Those are true revenue-generating activities, right? The most of all is making offers. So whatever you need to replace the bullshit you are filling your time with to say you're being busy, you need to replace that with actually revenue-generating activities, mostly making offers. Now, as I say that, what I can tell you, you and so many others go through, including myself, just so we're clear here, nothing I'm telling you guys I'm totally immune to, right? It's a practice and it's an exercise and a muscle I have to constantly work out as well. But one thing most people, like 99% of people, feel like they can get a lot done in a given day, but they're really filling their day up with meaningless tasks that don't actually generate revenue, that don't increase their business, but they are meaningless tasks that make them feel busy, make them feel like they have achieved, so that they can go to bed at night feeling like they've had an incredible day and they've achieved a lot. Well, when you get on a coaching call with me and I ask, how many offers did you make and how many deals got contracted and how many escrows did you open? and the answer is 0, I will tell you emphatically, you did not have an incredible day. You filled your day full of bullshit so you can feel like you were making progress and important and you got a lot done, but really you didn't do the right things. I'm going to say that again. You didn't do the right things. Those things generate revenue. So that basic practice, and again, I'll repeat it for everybody, make a decision what you want, take massive action, make a decision what you want, be committed to that decision, take massive action, be uncomfortable, and then remove the time expectation. Then looking at what you do each and every day for every 15 to 20 minute blocks, write it down, and then remove the BS that you have going on with revenue generating activities such as agents, wholesalers, cold calling, text messaging, making offers. You will start to see your revenue grow. But you need to be committed to that, because what that means is you don't get to go to the dentist at 2 p.m. in the middle of the afternoon on a Wednesday. You don't get to go do your hair at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. You don't get to do the stuff that so many people fill their day doing rather than doing revenue generating activities. But those same people say they aren't achieving what they're trying to achieve. They're not getting the results they're trying to get. Well, it's because they take their dog for a walk at 10 a.m. and their neighbor says, hey, do you mind helping me pull some weeds real quick? I'm just an older woman and I need some help. The answer should always be yes, to be clear. But it needs to be done after business hours, after working hours, after you do what you need to do to move your business down the line. Now, some of you might be extreme right now and say, yeah, Justin, but what about these scenarios that are totally extreme and family issues that are totally extreme? Those are extreme issues. I'm not talking about the extreme issues. Handle your family. Handle the business that needs to be handled. But do not come up with, doctor's appointments for, pain therapy or dentist appointments or hair appointments. The stuff that you can do earlier. I literally have a doctor that opens their doors at 7 a.m. I found them because I never wanted to go to a dentist that opens their doors at 7 a.m. because I never wanted to go to the dentist during business hours. I wanted to be focused on business and revenue generating activities. So along with that, I encourage you, if you haven't been following me on social media, you should, @JustinColby. But recently I've been putting up posts about how I've been waking up at 4:45 in the morning and how I had a process, right? I used to wake up at 6:30. Now I wake up at 4:45 and I have a process on how I got there. And the point to that is it gets me more time in my day. It allows me to also do the things that I need to do personally, such as go to the gym, and not allow there to be too many excuses through the day so I never make it to the gym. So I encourage you to wake up earlier. The process is to take your alarm clock and reduce it by 15 minutes every week or so. And hopefully you can get closer to about 5 a.m. And buy yourself more time in the day that you can focus on you, the things you need to do. Again, going to the gym, reading, praying, meditating, running errands, all those going to the grocery store. By the way, grocery stores are open at 5, 5:30, 6 in the morning. You can do it then. So a lot of people are filling their time with nonsense and they're not achieving the goal. So remove all that nonsense. Use the practices and exercises I gave you right here. This is why I firmly believe this could be the most impactful, powerful episode that you guys listen to or watch over at justincolby.tv all year long. Go back, rewind this, understand what I'm saying, write down the exercises that I'm doing. If you have any questions about any of this, or if you're just not achieving your goals, just go follow me at @JustinColby on Instagram, shoot me a DM. I'm happy to engage with you, answer your questions, help you out any way I can. But that is the key here. Make a decision on what you want. Commit to the decision, take massive action, be uncomfortable, and then remove time expectations. And lastly, guys, to follow up, the last thing I want to say here is the one thing that breaks in those the five things I just told you, is almost always the commitment level. And as a coach, that is very easy to see. Because what it takes to reach greatness, or to double your revenue, or double your deals, or whatever that may be, what it takes is such a high level of commitment that most people will break under it because they don't want to or are unwilling to make the sacrifices needed to stay committed, such as finding more time in the day by waking up earlier, such as not watching as much TV or not playing video games, such as calling strangers that they don't want to call so that they can make more offers because they're not making enough offers, such as calling realtors that they don't want to call, such as texting strangers. All those things that they don't want to do because it's uncomfortable. Remember number 4, be uncomfortable. That their commitment wavers and they don't get there. Don't be that person. Make a decision that is so big and so great and so powerful that your commitment will never waver. And I promise you, you're going to be plenty uncomfortable. All right, guys, great episode. This could be the best of the year all year. I don't know, but I know this one set a bar. Go to justincolby.tv and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you're following me and ask me anything you want on Instagram, @JustinColby. Peace.